Dream conditions on Roxen are a gentle breeze and preferably some variable cloud cover. And if one comes up against the Vendée shoal, which the pike follow, and one goes along the edge, then one can have a really great day here. We have on a couple of occasions in one day managed to catch over 50 pike. Then, of course, one is really going flat out. The average weight has been about 5 kilos. On a good day we can get 1 or 2 over 10 kilos. Our record is 13.2 kilos, 121 centimetres. So there's plenty of really big pike out here, and there's a large proportion that are between 7 and 10 kilos. Usually during a day one has some contact with a big pike, and that's what most big pike anglers want. Here the conditions are ideal, so there's every chance. The day began well with a 3 kilos pike, and we can really hope that this is a starting signal for a worthwhile day's fishing. We can also hope for a few big pike. That's what we're here for, and that's what the lake is famous for. It's big wolves, as we call them. So it's going to be fun, don't you think so, Jonas? Yes, definitely. It's not often you're disappointed on Roxen. Yes, it's a wonderful day with just the conditions we need. Wind still, completely calm, no rain, and we can use the electric motor, which gives us just over 1 knot. It's perfect. Yes, it's much nicer fishing with an electric motor. You don't have to shout at each other, just talk normally. And it's better for the environment. And here we've got a wobbler that's felt the teeth of a good many pike. About 200 fish have been caught with this one. The paintwork's not so very smart anymore, but this is what they should look like. Then you know you've had some good fishing. We're going round now to try to go over the same spot where the first pike bit, to see if he's got any friends. The pike quite often group together, so that one gets a lot of pike within a limited area. In less than a hectare you can get 1 pike after the other, especially in the autumn. When we fish here on Roxen, where it's so shallow, it's important to use a paravane float to get the bait out from the side of the boat. With this we can fish up to 40 metres away from the boat, and we can use 2 of them, one at about 30 to 40 metres and the other at 20 metres. When it's only 4 metres deep, and especially when it's calm, the pike don't like to come near the boat, but with the paravane there aren't any disturbances. If it's windy you can catch fish with the rod behind the boat, but in 80% of cases the catch is made with the paravane tackle. You just clip this onto the line with a clamp. One casts the bait out first with a line length that varies between 10 and 30 metres, depending on the conditions and how high the pike take the bait. Then, with it clamped on at the one end, you hook on the other so that it stays attached to the line when the fish bites. Then all you have to do is put it out into the water like this and let the reel run free. Put the rod in the holder and then it looks after itself. When it's dragged itself out from the boat to a suitable distance, we just flip the catch back on, and then the bait is working just where we want it. People are amazed by how good the fishing is here. We had a Frenchman who was out fishing on Roxen last week, and he achieved a new personal record. He judged them by length and got a 108 centimetre pike. We took 14 pike, and he thought he was in heaven, whilst I thought it was just a normal day. So you can understand what fishing they have, and really how lucky we are. This one was near to the boat. It was maybe only 30 to 40 centimetres over the bottom when it attacked. This one's about 3.5 kilos. You can see that it's got a few parasites, but not so many. If there's lots of leeches on them, then they've kept close to the bottom. This one hasn't been on the bottom, and it's dropped off a few. Do you see what a fine set of teeth it's got? You don't want to get your fingers in there, that would hurt. You should avoid that. Can you steer the boat so we don't bash into that pole there? Watch out, there's a bite on a rod here. I'll hold this. It's taken this viper wobbler. This must be a big one. A very fine pike with fine small spots. A future giant that'll certainly be weighing about 12 or 13 kilos in a few years when it's fattened itself on Vendays. So now I'll put this in. So there. Bloody marvellous. Crikey, that was handsome. That's also what a pike should look like. Absolutely a beautiful fish. Really lovely markings. They're getting heavier. It's at least 6 kilos. That's right, maybe 6.5. Now we're getting the fishing going on the Westin wobbler. That's the third bite in a short time on the same one. That's also fine. 7.2 kilos. Yeah! So he swims happily away. The fishing's starting to be pretty good now. They're biting like crazy now it's afternoon. Without doubt, this is the best time and we have to make the most of it. So now we've got another double bite. Jonas has just taken one in and I'm reeling in the other. For the third time today we've had a double bite. It's often like that. If you get to the right spot, there'll be several pike in the same place, and then it happens just like this. Here's the double bite. 2 handsome Roxen pikes. This is fishing when it's at its best, don't you think, Jonas? That's right. Great fun. Well, shall we put them back? Yes, they're looking rather tired. We'll let them swim home. Give them a kiss. This lake is optimal for pike fishing. It has all the right conditions, both with respect to the numbers of pike and the fish that they feed on. So the pike flourish and the fishing is really good. All you have to do is choose a wobbler according to the fish that the pike go after, which is mostly Vendays, which are about 15 centimetres long, and the wobbler should be roughly the same length. The colour is chosen according to the weather. Dull colours if it's cloudy and bright colours if it's sunny. Even though for most of the year one fishes by trolling, in the spring one can spin for pike by the reed banks. It's then that the pike go in close to the land and you can have some very good fishing, either using jerk tackle or normal spinning equipment. But can one fish for anything other than pike? Yes, there's lots of places where you can fish for the bream that grow large in this lake, and other white fish. There are also stocks of pike perch. There aren't so many, but you can try to catch them. During the summer you can jig fish for perch from the flat grassy areas, and in the winter you can fish from the ice.